Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome to BG Emporium. Today is a special day because I have with me a special guest.
Hello, Earthlings.
This boy right here. He's my boy. He's my number one guy, my absolute number one guy that like my brother, but I never had. In a way, I guess.
I'm the number one man.
This is Wade.
Stang. My name's Wade Burns from Placerville, where we're currently recording.
And so yeah, it's gonna sound a little funky because we're using this same mic, using this little blue sphere mic between us both, so it's gonna...
We're almost touching lips. That's
almost.
How close it is.
Kind of that close. Oh dear. And yeah, so we're just... He came all the way down from Oakland, all the way down from, I don't know where it is, but he rode on the Amtrak and then on the bus, and then I picked him up from the bus, and I like carried him all the way here, and I plopped him down. And we're gonna, what we talking about?
So we're talking about what I call cute music, which is probably my favorite type of music. I don't know, it's not only just cute, it's danceable, it's innocent, it's holy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bells and like not rambunctiousness, but there's like a
kind of playfulness.
A playfulness
to it.
Yeah, it has,
and then,
it has a vibe where I want to. That's where I want to live my life, in that vibe.
Yeah.
So I play it. Just, I mean, I like finding that kind of music, but I don't know if it's a genre or what. It can't be too lullaby. Like it can be like.
Yeah. No, it's I'm kind of I don't know if this is the right word to use, but it's kind of like a certain aesthetic, kind of like a PS1, Saturn, early Dreamcast aesthetic. Well, or early Dreamcast. There's only 2 years of Dreamcast, but yeah.
It must be a very nostalgic thing, and I think it's when the PlayStation came out, the possibilities for sounds became open to nearly anything. So there's a lot of like amalgamation of just a whole new world of sound for video games. It's kind of like in the 60s and 70s when synthesizers started to become popular and available, and they were mixed alongside of, traditional acoustic guitar and acoustic drums, and there's that mix of like, I had a professor called it brackish, like a brackish water mix or something. I always think about that. Whoa. But I wouldn't call this cute music brackish. I don't know. I think of clouds, pink, happiness, and like
particle effects.
What's that?
Just kind of like little bursts of like little light and stuff, like kind of little special effects that like happen like when you not a hit or like a mystery thing. Something like that.
Or like when you're in a headlock and you start singing.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
so basically kind of stuff that sounds like what we're hearing right now. And what is this we're hearing right now? Well, this is Cultural Festival theme. And this is from the game Aitakute, Your Smile in My Heart by Soichiro Hirata. And this is one of the tracks that you sent me. And I've never heard of this. And like, what is it?
I'm not sure how I found this. It may have been on YouTube.
Ooh.
But it's a long soundtrack, and I think I did zero research for this.
Yeah, same.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
well,
no, it's like I think
it's I have to guess it's like a slice of life, maybe dating thing. From the cover of the CD or the game, it's like a girl in a dress under a tree in the sun. Springtime.
Well, all I can say about this track is that lead synth that's in there.
Oh my god, that's probably one of the best solos I've ever heard.
Yes.
That's like the epitome of not giving a
fuck. Yeah. I don't know. I was like, you sent me that, and I listened to it. I was like,
But Mr. Fancy Man, I don't know. Somebody walks into the room and that shit starts playing.
Oh, what's this? What's this you got? Oh.
That's good, Abby.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't drink it. So now, unfortunately, I didn't do any research on this game, about the composer or anything, but Wadey, what do you got for me?
After doing some in-depth research for about 2 seconds. There is a whole synopsis on psxdatacenter.com. It's a 4-disc game for PlayStation 1.
Damn.
Only released in Japan, I think. You're in 10th grade, your parents are out of the country for a year, and your new private school has affairs of the heart as a major elective. Unlike most romance sims, Aitakute's gameplay extends beyond the actual asking out. The player can take his or her new girlfriend to a cafe, karaoke bar, or pretty hillside and do most of the things that typically happen on a date, whether it be talking or kissing.
The kissing, the dates. You know, I haven't done really any dates at all. The only dates I did was with my queens I'm married with right now. Because I was a shy boy. So I don't know nothing about no dating.
Well, that's cute.
Like these songs that we're going to be playing. Cute in that way. That's the thing. It's another one. They're kind of shy.
They're shy songs.
Man, so before we go any further, I kind of want to like get into like I think I might have talked about a little bit of this before. I can't remember. It was like the Special Orders episode where you requested the Village of the Sacred Beast, and I talked a little bit about like how we met and like how we kind of like became friends and everything. But yeah, it's like just kind of like, what do you remember?
What do I remember? I remember in middle school, I was pretty gregarious. And I talked to everybody. It's a small town, and I used to love to talk to everybody and get to know everybody. And I didn't know AJ, and I think I must have saw him playing a Game Boy Advanced.
Yep.
And I said, hey, what are you playing? I just walked up to him, and he was kind of like, what do you care? Like, what do you want from me? But look, I won him over with my warm cuteness, and we just started talking about, we hit it off and started talking about games. And to this day, that's like, it's one of the things we talk about, but that's always at the heart. And we trust each other enough to trade some games, and we haven't traded games in a long time. Now it's all digital, and we have the bandwidth and the capacity to just send stuff to each other. But
yeah, essentially, it's like we get together and like we'll talk about video games, but it eventually mostly comes back to video game music or some kind of weird music talking things, and then we just spin out into those like weird, ridiculous songs.
Yeah, I remember Battle Network, Mega Man Battle Network,
yes,
which is one of the coolest.
Yeah, that was like
RPG fighting.
I know, like the battle system, like the whole battle system in that game is just like there's been nothing else. Like there's actually people like making games based off of that battle system, because I think Capcom didn't renew their trademark on that. So it's like either lapsed,
somebody else,
like it's either lapsed or somebody. Like, so somebody else is actually able to, like, people are actually able to use it in their games that they're making to sell and stuff. Like, it's really awesome battle system. It's like, like you got like the 9x9 grid, like on both sides,
combined with like card battling.
Yeah, and then you can actually like shoot your Mega Buster in between while you're waiting for your thing to charge up and use that. Yeah. So I say we get into our next track here, and I have them all listed up here, and I'm gonna let you choose which one to kind of go with here.
Oh wow. Let's go with one of yours. Let's go tit for tat.
Tit for tat. Okay, so let's see. What do I got? One that was gonna be an answer back to that one. Ooh, I got ya. All right, so we're gonna listen to Valentine from Phantasy Star Online, composed by Hideaki Kobayashi.
And that was Phantasy Star Online by Hideaki Kobayashi. Valentine is the name of the track.
Tell me, buddy boy, does that kind of fit in with that vibe, that aesthetic, that cute sound you were looking for?
Oh yeah, that's perfect. I realized that maybe it's also just like elevator music.
Yeah, kind of like
heavenly elevator music.
Like heavenly. But yeah, so like you said, this is from Phantasy Star Online Dreamcast. I want to say just in a little bit I was looking at, this is like from like the second version or something like that when they released it, or some kind of weird Valentine event. It sounds like shop music though.
Yeah, it does.
If I could confirm it was shop music, I probably would have saved this for my second shop themes episode that I'm currently looking for tracks for.
Yeah, it's a banger. Like the drums, Captain Crunch snare. It sounds like someone's eating a handful of nerds.
That bass line, the breakdown bass like that.
Oh man, just for no reason. Crash.
Yeah. Just like there's like some points where it sounds like it's gonna go someplace, but it doesn't go there. But it sounds like it could go there.
It's kind of like love.
Yeah.
The flutters of the heart.
Flutters of the heart. Valentine, man. This would have fit. Man, I'm surprised that
Valentino.
my guy, like, you know, Donatello Valentino. I'm surprised he didn't play this on his Valentine's episode that I had him do. This is right. This, you know, I don't know.
That was funny. Did you do your research?
I didn't do no research on no nothings here because
we all know what it looks like.
We all know like,
Phantasy Star Online.
You know, and I think there's currently Phantasy Star Online someplace. If you haven't played on the Dreamcast, you played it on the GameCube. And if not the GameCube, I think there's currently Phantasy Star Online right now on the PCs.
Yeah, I've actually never played it, but I know the aesthetic.
Yeah.
I played Phantasy Star 2 a lot.
Yeah. I
never beat it.
I never got to play them on like the actual consoles, but I played them via emulator. A little bit of 2 and 4. Yeah, 4 with that opening, that dum 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 dum. It's all like cinematic and stuff, and it's like super epic and crazy and stuff.
I've played 2 on the Nomad. Y'all remember the Nomad?
Oh yeah, I remember you had that thing.
Worked like 6 AA batteries that lasted for like 3 hours. Yeah, basically you keep it plugged into the wall.
And then what's the point? You can't take it nowhere. Or you can take it everywhere with you, and you just plug it in.
You don't need a TV.
Yeah,
and you didn't need a crazy light.
Oh yeah, because it was all backlit, yeah?
Yeah, it was backlit, so you didn't need a fucking peripheral to put on top.
Sega was ahead. Sega was so ahead of its time that it basically destroyed itself.
They imploded on themselves.
That's a good way to put it.
I'm a Sega boy, I'd say, but Sony PlayStation it's just probably the best system to ever come out.
The original PlayStation?
I think so. I mean, as far as sales, I think now there's more gamers in the world than
I think PS2 actually holds that as far as like
above 3 and 4 and 5. Well, 5 they can't even make enough to.
Nah, man, they can't enough, man. You can only kill so many Seto Kaibos for their bodies to make PS5.
Yeah, it's not a pretty looking machine.
No,
but it works.
But yeah, no, as far as like games and stuff, like I'd probably say, yeah, PlayStation 1, like, you know, between PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, it had it down, like, as far as
yeah, and the library of games.
Yeah.
Too. I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass, but at one point it was the best selling, and then I think it might have the most games for any one console. PlayStation 1.
Unfortunately, majority of that fucking just like weird shovelware.
Shovel? What's shovelware?
Like basically just stuff you find in like bargain bins, like just people can make a game, put it on a disc, and then sell it. And like, put it out there, don't buy it. Kids are stupid.
Yeah, there was a lot of crap.
Yeah, but you know, it was the way. It was the way, and you know, PlayStation, like I said, a lot of the music that came out of it was like a good mix. It was like, you know, either it was like a sequenced music using like the sampled instruments and stuff, or it was like Red Book audio, which is like the, you know, like some CDs, some discs you can like put it in your CD player and play the music from it directly. Like Cool Borders 2 could do that. That was Red Book audio.
Right. Is that a type of encryption? Is that a type of audio encryption like MP3 was?
Something like that, yeah. There's I don't know the fulls on it. I just know, like, you know, like there's some games that, like, you know, some of them sound kind of like I think it's the wrong word, but MIDI.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like, you know, how like the Final Fantasy games. Some, like, you know, some stuff like had like kind of like that really kind of like
preset
sound, and then there was games that actually sounded like they were made with like real instruments and synthesizers and stuff, and it sounded like recording, and that was like the difference, like Red Book audio. And
that's true.
sequenced.
Yeah, there was that gray area.
It all just came down to like how much space you had for
music. How much did you care about the music?
Yeah, how much did you care? Well,
on the game,
yeah.
Or how big was your game?
Yeah,
that's true too. You like mahjong, then you can put fucking.
You can just go wacky wackos on that, man.
Wacky
wackos. Oh, look at that mahjong game. It's just simple. Stack the tiles and make some matches. But man, the tunes on there are just wacky wacko, man.
That's my type of mahjong.
Though I think there is a guy, Electric Boogaloo, that actually knows a lot about Red Book audio. But my buddy Wade here just done looked it up here, and what do you got?
It seems to be the standard format for audio combat discs.
Combat discs.
Audio compact discs. So apparently there's a series of rainbow books. They're all different colors that contain the technical specifications for all CD formats, but compact disc digital audio is defined by the Red Book. It's a lot more broad than what I thought.
But yeah, we've been gabbing a lot. I think it's time for some new music to play in your ears. I think it's your choice this time.
Okay, let's go with Bedtime Puzzler by Satoru Kosaki on the game Kotoba no Puzzler Mojipittan.
Welcome back, folks. What you just heard there was Bedtime Puzzler from Kotoba no Puzzler Mojipittan, composed by Satoru Kosaki. And we looked up this game, and it's what it is. It's a series of games, like started on PS2, then it was on DS and everything, and it's a word-based puzzle game, kind of like Scrabble, but whereas instead of placing multiple tiles at once, you play one letter or one character at a time, and you're going up against your opponent, and I imagine you're trying to create words, but your opponent can block you with different letters or characters.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this track. I just love it so much. I hope you guys like it. I don't know who Satoru Kosaki is, but I'm gonna...
Satoru Kosaki, man!
You don't know Kosaki, man?
Oh, man, I don't know Kosaki. I know Satoru Kosaki, but I don't know Kasoro Sosaki, man. But no, I kind of got you, like, more of that, just like more of those pads, more of that kind of like really cool, like kind of a like digital synth drum.
Man, you talk too much. It's bedtime, Holmes.
Okay, man. I've done too much puzzlers, man. It's time for bed.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And before anybody goes crazy, like saying, "Oh man, we're both half Mexican, so together we make one whole Mexican, so we get one whole vato."
Make one whole vato.
So you wouldn't be able to tell by the way we sound and possibly the way we look. It's a little strange, but put us together. You got one whole vato.
Hook this up to a spectrum analyzer and you can see my face. And I look like a Greek Italian.
Yeah,
I've gotten them all.
I know, it's
for
weird.
Black.
Most recently I got somebody asking if I was from India.
I can see that.
Yeah, a little bit of kind of like that northern, kind of like more Middle Eastern, closer to Middle East. Yeah, I've gotten a few things. Somebody actually, when I was working at Denny's, one guy I was working with, when my beard was first starting to come in, it was all big and scraggly. He said I kind of looked like a terrorist. So yeah, this is shortly after that certain time in our yeah.
I didn't know that was a race.
That was
of people.
Yeah, no. It was great. The guy's name.
You look like a Terry.
Terry.
Scary
Terry Bogart. Are you okay? But are you okay?
I'm okay. I think. I wanted to say one more thing about the track. I like the part where there's kind of like this spacey, this oscillating kind of blips, and then there's this chant like a choir or a gospel.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would fit. It kind of feels like an ascension, like a spacey transcendence, or maybe it's kind of like a space opera or something. Oh, there's that la 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 la.
Yeah, no, it's just all of this stuff has and that's the thing. A lot of this stuff has really nice bass lines, really fun.
Yeah, you take all the other instruments out and you can do a hip hop beat over it.
Yeah, no, it's all so good. But now I got something that's a little on the different end of the spectrum as far as energy and sound a little bit, but it's in that still fits that kind of cutie dancey kind of soundy thing. It's got a crazy lead synth line. Okay, I got this for you. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. So this is Commercial City of Liligu. I don't know how the Pretense of Prosperity from Grandia 2, composed by Noriyuki Iwadare.
That wasn't that nice. You just feel like you're, just high-stepping down a marketplace. And you're looking, you're pointing fingers, everyone's waving at you. It's kind of like walking around in Placerville.
Yeah, a little
Main
bit.
Street.
Except it's the commercial city of Liligu.
The League of Extraordinary Booty Blasters.
The booty boys. Well, this is the League of Extraordinary Pretense. Prosperous booty busters.
What does that mean? Pretense of prosperity.
I'd imagine it's kind of more like pretense. So it's like it looks like it's a prosperous place, but it's not. It's like kind of like a pretense. Like when you initially see it, like kind of gives you the pretense of prosperity, but underneath the surface,
it's all happy that then you look behind and there's all
like
these poor people
that
and everyone's in
well, that lead synth will
destitute.
trick you, man. Like that lead line, that.
Yeah, what is it? It's either like annoying to people or it makes them feel happy.
Yeah. So
I think it's like a wantonness.
Yeah, wonton prosperity of that funky, crazy synth line.
Yeah, that got shreds, the synth. The Grandia 2 is listening to Cursed Lands.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite track on Grandia 2.
Yeah. It's been a while since I listened to Grandia 2. I actually own this on Dreamcast. Like, I lucked out and somehow got a copy of it. And played it. I think I got about maybe a third of the way through, and I got stuck at some boss. I just couldn't beat it, and then I kind of stopped playing it.
I do that with like 80% of the games that I play. I just move on to I got the gist of the game. I'll move on to another one.
Yeah, no. The same thing happened with Final Fantasy VIII when you let me borrow that.
Oh, that third
disc when they were being launched into space, when they're going to the space station, the FMV froze there, and I waited like maybe 20 minutes to see if it would go, and it just didn't go.
That happened to me. I think I scratched the disc. But also those when they mix the FMV with gameplay. So there's one huge battle scene, and like Squall is like escaping. It's I think when it's the moon drop. Yeah, the moon drops a bunch of demons down onto Earth, and there's this huge battle that ensues between Seed and I could be not remembering this right, but there's it's half cutscene. Half like you're climbing, and they just
I got you.
Struggled with that.
Yeah,
shit,
it's like all stuttery and slow. I can visualize it. Like I don't know the scene, but I can visualize how it looks.
Yeah, it was like it was the sprite superimposed on some movie.
But
what's it FMV?
FMV is like full motion video.
Full motion video.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but getting back to Grandia 2, no, this was actually a pretty cool game as far as like how like the battle system worked and just how it looked. I remember when I got it. Remember actually hearing people talk about it and seeing stuff talk about it, and that was like a pretty like one of those RPGs that was kind of like hoo was kind of like big ol' hoity-toity, and if you had it, like that was cool. I don't know.
He was the coolest guy.
Coolest guy at school, Hey, and I was one of those guys that lucked out. I got like Skies of Arcadia for like $15.
So that's the one I get confused with Grandia.
Yeah, Skies of Arcadia.
Came around the same time.
Which I did play all the way through and beat. And like that, I got that for like $15 at like a huge flea sale marketplace in Los Angeles when we went to go down there visit my dad's at the time girlfriend's mother. And but it was cool. I got it, and I played that all the way through. But Grandia I didn't beat at all, so I'm a failed Grandia player.
Yeah, you're a poser. You just have the pretense, the pretense of being a gamer.
Oh no. But yes, no, we just we get together. This just happens. We get Wacky Wonkers. This is bullshit. Like most of the stuff we talk about doesn't even make sense to us.
I think everyone does that behind closed doors.
Yeah.
In front of a mic and on a table with
like
the old ass computer.
I mean, like the
from
closest...
the 90s. Running Windows 98.
I'm running Windows 7 on a 2010 Lenovo IdeaPad. Wi-Fi set. Actually, I found out one of the other podcasters I listen to. His name is Purnell. He's with Rhythm and Pixels, BGM podcast, and actually their dynamic kind of reminds me a lot of Your Mind, and as well as like stuff like when we have Corinthian in the mix too.
Ooh.
Yeah, Corinthian's
Does
like
he still live?
He lives here in town still.
Oh,
yeah. Next time I gotta get him on this. But he has the laptop that's about maybe the next model either before or after what I have, which is pretty cool. We actually got there was like a live. they were doing like a live show where people are watching and we could do live commenting and stuff, and we actually got into that, and it's like I checked it and it's like live on the feed. Right there, we confirmed we have laptops that are pretty close to each other. So it's pretty cool. So I'm not the only one using some old tech.
You got this JBL.
The JBL speakers, which are
installed.
Sound okay.
Yeah,
at least it's not like my laptop before this one where I had the speakers underneath right here, the front part, which was stupid.
Yeah.
But anyway, we getting off the rails again. Too many rails getting off. It's like Donkey Kong Country, jumping all over those rails on the ching, ching, ching. Better watch out for the barrels. But yeah, we're getting on to our next track here. And, Ayumi from composed by Ryu Umemoto and Ryo Takami. So hey, Wade, you know what that was. You know?
You know that I know.
Well, you know that I know that you know, but you know me, knowing that you know.
You know me, Ryu, Takami, Umemoto.
Ryu Umemoto and Ryo Takami did the music for You Know. There's a bigger name for that, but I don't have it on here the screen right now.
You know, chants love at the edge of the world or universe.
Something like that.
So I'm not gonna do any research because I've actually played this game.
You did? You played the Switch remake?
No, there's a Switch remake?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! No, I downloaded it. I don't know from where, and I played it. And what I tell, it's a point-and-click adventure. You're a high school boy, and there's some element of timeline switching. So there's multiple endings and multiple possibilities, and I think you have to find particular branches and go back until you get the actual ending, which I never did. But obviously the music's good. The weird part about the game is that you can have sex with pretty much any female character in the game. There's like you can end up. I'm just in dialogue, and then it's like all of a sudden
sexy time
in the locker room.
No, that's the thing about like a lot of these games that were on the NEC PCs, like a lot of those Japanese computer systems. There were like no holds bar, do whatever the hell you want. So like a lot of games were just like hentai games. Like a lot of I think they're called like eroge. Is what it is, like erotic games.
Oh,
get
okay.
it? But, get it? And but yeah, no, but yeah, no, it's actually they made they made a couple animes. They just recently made one anime. I don't know how you want to say it, but hey, they recently did a new anime based off and like tried watching it, but it was just like they had some of the music in there, and I was like, oh, that was cool to hear, but nothing could beat what we hear right here. Yeah,
like straight up, or
no, like remade it for the show. Like, so it's kind of cool to hear, but nothing beats this music right here. Like, that was on the NEC PC, and like
especially by these two
guys. Like, I don't remember who. Going off by the sound of it, I want to say this was Ryu Umemoto, but I can't. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, just the music for these games. And I remember when I first discovered Ground Seed. Mm-hmm. Which was like like the big that one's like insanely good. Like I actually discovered them in reverse order. So like I discovered Ground Seed, then found and then Eve Burst Error, and all of them are just amazing.
Yeah. Like, this is my favorite track. This is one of my favorite tracks of all time.
Yeah, no. It's...
with that one that I requested, Village of the Sacred Beast. These are like out of all the plain music I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I had to. Probably based off of this track and that Bedtime Puzzler and all of Klonoa. 1 and 2. Those are like my jam.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know.
You were telling me earlier that you were actually learning like kind of playing watching Hoot, which is a player that can play files that music files that were from these Japanese computers, so like SharpX68K, the NEC PC, all these different things, and like you can actually watch all the notes being played on like a visual keyboard showing all the channels. And you were telling me that you were playing along with them, right?
Oh yeah, that's one thing you can do if you want to practice piano, which I'm not very good at. But if you hear something you like, all the tracks are displayed. In a sequence from
like channel like FM channel 1 to 8, and then or FM channel 1 through 6, whatever, and it'll show like all the channels that are going.
So each one's displayed with the piano view, and when a piano key's pressed, it's red. So you can mute all the other ones with the one that you're focused on, and then just try to emulate it.
Yeah, and I've actually used Hoot to rip instruments from those games too, because there's a little side program somebody made called Hoot Voice Ripper, where you just hit Control Copy, and it'll actually just take all the parameters and data from like the instruments that's playing in the song and convert them into like show all the parameters and stuff, and you could export them to OPM to an OPM format, which is like the
you get like a dump of all the hex values.
Yeah, basically, but it's only of the instruments
addresses.
But it's only of the instruments that are playing in that moment where you hit Control C, and then you just export it to OPM, and then in my case I open that OPM file in Deflamask. It'll open all of them up, and I just save the ones that I want. So yeah, so that was a fun little trick I learned. And so now this brings us to our next track, which is actually the only one I didn't share with you, because it actually is kind of like a surprise compliment to this track. I snuck it. I'm a sneaky little boy. But yeah, so what this is gonna be Turnabout Sisters, but it's Turnabout Sisters, like from Ace Attorney. You got the okay. So Turnabout Sisters, but it's from Pedipanols Trash Bin, who is a real name Sariah Lemes. and that sneaky little bit of surprise was Turnabout Sisters, but it's from Pedipanols Trash Bin by Sariah Lemes.
I recognize that Turnabout Sisters now.
Yeah.
I beat that game.
Yeah.
I beat that game.
You beat that game? Which one? Did you beat
the
it? Like
first
the
one.
first one on DS? Like, did you play the DS version? You played the emulated on GBA?
I think I played your... I think I bought... You never had it?
No. Like, we never got it on GBA. Like, so it wasn't released in the US on GBA, but it was released on the DS in America.
Did you have it on DS?
No, I never had a DS.
Okay. I had a DS that I acquired, and then I got that SD card that you can put ROMs on.
Oh, damn.
Then somebody stole that from me.
Damn.
I think I played Phoenix Right first on that, and they have a port of like the first 3 games.
Yeah.
And I played through the first one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's that one track on there that we are about like that.
What?
All about. Oh, sorry, my kitten is playing with the Chewy box. He just discovered it. He was freaked out by Wade here, and now he's getting comfortable enough to start wreaking havoc. So what was that? What was that one? The it was like Investigation 2001, like that. That. And again. But you want to know what that is like? I noticed in the DS version, there's a little bit of like kind of like that compression distortion going on.
Yeah.
So like that. It's like kind of like that drag. That so every time I hear that, I could hear that every time, and every time I do it, I include that every time I doodle it to myself like that. Because just like something about that DS GBA compression, like kind of that trailing compression that happened in some things. Like it happened in Wario Land 4 on GBA. It just, it's integral to the music. If you take that out, it's like...
It was an artifact.
It was an artifact.
That's cool.
But it's integral to like how I listen to the music, because
Integral.
like if you take it out, it's like, this doesn't sound right. Because like that's the thing, like, because a lot of people are really into like taking GBA music, uncompressing it, and like hearing it like uncompressed and like in its like purest form. But to me, like it just kind of takes the warmth and the spirit out of it in a way. It's like same thing with like some DS music. It's like I never played the DS, I never had the DS, but I've listened to some of the music and it's all like it just has that.
That's what I find funny about I forget his name, whoever composed the music for Phoenix Wright, but his percussion is like it's spaced out. Like it feels like there's hardly times where the bass and the snare and the hi-hat are happening at the same time. They used to have to do that when they had like drum tracks on one track.
Yeah, it's like all syncopated and
syncopated. There you go.
But it's all like like the hi-hat's kind of off there, like with But I got you.
You got one off there?
I got you, preacher. Pedipanols Trash Bin. But no, the real name's her real name is Sariah Lemes, and she's like amazing musician. And like I remember finding the Pedipanols Trash Band, and it's just basically all these like stuff like this, just taking one song and doing it in the style of another, mostly like NEC-PC. So like and she uses Bamboo Tracker, which is a tracker that emulates the YM2608, which was the NEC-PC's sound chip. But I played a track from her before on my 7 Granddad episode, which was kind of like during the month of April, and that was like the what was it, Queen and the Grand Knight with the canoe, and it's done. It's taking that Flintstones like opening music from that NES game, but like 7 Granddad, the 7 Granddad ROM hack, but mixing other songs in there, and it's just like it's really good. Like all her stuff is really good, and her original stuff too is really good. I'd encourage everybody who's listening right now, go check out Sariah Lemes. It's SARIAHLEMES, and it's all really good stuff. And I'm gonna link it in the show notes.
Thank you. You're welcome. How about some more music?
Well, that okay? Just be patient, alright? Man, you're right. We gotta move on. Alright. What we got you here is Cape from Wagyan Paradise on the SNES, composed by Eriko Imura. Tell me, you're a man of education. Can you tell me what that was? Can you read this? Can you even tell what I'm looking at?
Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Like you break a pinata open and the candy falls out.
Oh.
Yeah, you know about that.
I know about that.
You know about that quinceañera.
I know about the quinceañeras. I know about the fiestas.
What did you do for your quinceañera?
I had no quinceañera.
Why?
Because.
You.
But what was this track? Tell me.
This track was. Let me start. This track was Wagyan Paradise Cape. This track was called Cape from the game Wagyan Paradise from the SNES. It was released December 16th, 1994.
Ooh, a day before my birthday.
Ooh, oh damn. We were only a wee bit of 6 years old.
Somewhere around there.
Wow.
But we didn't know each other at the time.
Composer, Eriko Imura.
Oh.
Who I think did Pilot Wings as well. Some other,
You could be blowing.
yummy-
You could be blowing dark wind out your ass though.
Whoa. Fist of the back wind.
I'm looking at the cover and I just love like this eagle guy
So?
with the toad and just look at that. It's all this cute.
Is it a shmup?
I don't know.
It's probably a platformer.
some kind of platformer, but
Looks
it's got
a
an
little Kirby-ish.
it's got an angry bee, some kind of like pissed off looking like water pitcher
Some
watering
mop.
thing, mop guy. We got this toad eagle man and a happy spark plug, and then two dinos, which I'm imagining are the Wagyans. It's by Namcot, which is, another name for Namco. But damn, this thing is just all over the place. It's just that bang 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 bang. Ah, what was that?
Do it again.
I don't know. I like this one. This is wacky.
It's a bit of all
It's
right
good.
with me.
It's-
I would listen to this whole soundtrack while studying when I was in college. When I was a
man.
college boy.
You a college boy? What you going to college for?
Uh,
What you getting educated on?
I went to college for electrical engineering.
Oh damn.
But
Oh, yeah, I remember
don't
that.
tell anybody,
Okay.
because I don't know anything. Oh, don't tell my... Oh,
Oh no.
I let it
Oh
all
no
out.
no. Oh no.
No, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. No, it's never. I remember you telling me about when you were first going to doing that, and you had the great the awesome idea of creating like a synth based off of the Sega Genesis sound chip. Like you wanted to take the Sega Genesis apart and somehow use the board to create like a musical instrument.
That's been done already.
It's already been done, but you haven't done it.
But I haven't done it.
You haven't done it.
Do
Yeah, so you still got to do it. That was like I remember your original goal and one of your original ideas, and you still got to do it.
That's true. I think if you get the specifications of it and you have because those were big ass chips.
Yeah.
You have a socket. You can put the socket on a board, pop the YM2612 in there,
Yeah.
and have a microcontroller hooked up, and then you can just code input and output. It's that easy.
Not for me,
No,
because
no.
I'm a dingus.
No, it's not easy at all. What's that one thing that you have? Why don't you use it?
Oh, the Mega Blaster 2, because we don't have any Mega Drive tracks. It only plays songs that use the YM2612 and or the SN76489.
It must have a microcontroller.
No, it's only just output. Like you just put the BGM in on a SD card, and then it just outputs the data through the chips and then through the audio out. That's all it does. There's ones out there that do have microcontrol, like can use that as actual synths, but mine is just simple basic thing. It's just a cool little thing to have.
Yeah, I think there's one piece missing. So you have the tracker. You already have the tracker.
Yep.
You have each operator.
Yep.
And you have the hexadecimal. So there's an address for each register, and then you're just writing values to the addresses. You're already doing that in the tracker.
Yeah.
And then you have You can have USB connection to whatever board it is that has the YM2612. All you need is that in between that transfers the tracker and outputs the data to program the...
Well, that's what the .bgms are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what output it out .bgm, load it in the SD card,
I mean,
put it in the Mega Blaster 2. Yeah, no,
this
this one's not a real-time one. There are ones that are real-time, like Gimmick or Rebirth, which I actually got to see when I was in Japan in 2015. And using programs like Neko Player 2 or something, you have the .bgm playing in there, and then it takes the data stream and puts it through the sound chips, and then plays the audio real time like that, which is really cool. And then with Rebirth,
just constantly sampling a small BGM file.
Yeah, that has all the data registers and everything, for the patches, the musical data, the notations, everything, all the everything going on, which has absolutely nothing to do with this track.
This is SNES.
This is SNES, which is a totally different beast altogether, which I'm just now learning about.
Yeah, you've probably already talked about that on the show.
A bit.
You don't have to keep this part. This is just for us to remember.
But it's staying
what
in.
we want to do.
But it's staying in.
No.
Yes.
Everyone plug your ears.
All right, but then you got to unplug them because we got more music for you, and I got another track that kind of complements what you just played here today in front of me. Yeah. So it's called In Game 2 from a little game on the PC Engine, what we know as the TurboGrafx 16 here in the States, which you had one of those, yeah? Called AoE Blink, composed by Shinichi Sakamoto and Soichiro Hirata. I butchered that one big time. that was In Game 2 from Aoi Blink, composed by Shinichi Sakamoto and Soichiro Hirata. Way too many vowels in that name. A lot of vowels in that name.
Props to Satoru.
Soichiro.
That sounds pretty good.
I think I got an I in there, but there's no ah. There's only o. It's kind of like, like trying to say ah, ra, re, ru, re, ro, ra, ra, re, ru, re, ro. No, actually, when I was in San Francisco, I had a roommate that was from Japan. He spoke pretty good English, but one evening, I think I spent like maybe 20 minutes with him trying to get him how to, let's say, restroom. And he kept getting it like, we'd get restroom. Like, he had a hard time because, Japanese, because Japanese, it's like they combine their R and L, so it's like a weird rolled R, or kind of like a hard, kind of like a weird, like, rounded L. It's like, so for, Japanese people, like, they have a hard time with it because we have hard R's and hard L's. Where restroom, lavatory. For them, it's like restroom, lavatory. So it's.
I got a hard P going on right now with looking at you talking.
That's number 4 for you today.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's gonna get less coherent as this goes on.
Jeez. But yeah, no.
Sorry, America.
America, America, now this is you. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, no, we can go on all day like that. But this track here.
Wait, can I put a note in here and cut it out? No,
Yeah.
no. This needs to be cool. Home Improvement on the Genesis has a badass track. Okay, just remember we gotta find it later.
Okay, we gotta listen to that later. But we're listening to this track right now, In Game 2 from Aoi Blink. What do you think?
Owie.
Aoi. Yeah, no, it kind of fits that vibe, yeah? It's like that
totally.
nice, cutie, happy.
No, I never heard any of these songs that you picked, which is great.
Yeah, no, it's like, I knew it.
And the cover art from the YouTube link, it's pretty cool. It looks like it's an anime, right?
Yeah, it was an anime. It was like a manga, anime, and then anime. I'm doing that again. But anime,
Say however you want.
However
brother.
I want to say. But yeah, it's the main, basically about this guy and his blue donkey. That's it.
That sounds like, what's his name? Paul Bunyan.
And his blue ox.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Paul Bunyan and his blue ox. Some nameless guy, some nameless schmo and his blue donkey. Aoi. And Aoi means blue. Aoi. And every time I see that word Aoi, all I think is blue seed. Have you seen Blue Seed? I'll take it as a no. It's a crazy anime. I remember getting it at Hollywood Video, and it was really, really cool. And like the opening is just super 90s anime. It's like, because like there's a portion and there was like they go aoi aoi and then like it's like and like mysterious Tokyo. It's just
I feel like I was there.
I don't know. I have a NES like remix or cover of it that I'm gonna be playing at some point. I think I should have gotta get it do it at some point. But yeah, no. Blue Seed, check it out. Hey, everybody, Blue Seed, check it out. It's weird. It has like your obligatory panty shots, but it's really cool action. Really cool action, like monster beastie kind of stuff going on. A lot of mutants.
I don't watch that smut.
Yeah.
Full pants.
Full pants. Full on pants.
Full on, yeah.
Nothing but pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, back to this tune. It's kind of just one of those that you can't get rid of. Hear it like
It's an earworm for sure.
Yeah, no, it's like this is one of the ones like I remember discovering this alongside Misty Blue, another blue one, and there's just like this song, and there was another one from that just have like the same kind of vibe. No, there's a song from this game that's kind of like more like slower, kind of like a electro disco kind of dark electro disco kind of jam.
Okay.
But it doesn't fit with this theme, but it's really good. I say it's really good. I say it's really good. You gotta remember it. I gotta find it. It has just another simple name like this, but you'll like it. And but I think what I like is you're like your next choice here, your next track that you have for us today.
Oh yes. I have a mouthful of chips. Hold on. The next one is. So I've heard different titles for this one. We'll just go with this one. It's called Weeping Carol. I think it's Carl's theme. That's how I know it. From Klonoa Door to the Phantomile by Kanako Kakino.
And that's short, that's sweet. Sounds like it goes on for a lot longer than it does, but it's not long enough. Track.
32 seconds.
It's only 33 seconds. It's Weeping Carl, or Carol, from Klonoa Door to Phantomile, composed by Kanako Kakino. And my buddy guy here done gave me the visual for it that he kind of has. I don't know if it's appropriate for on air, or maybe it is. It's kind of like, that little...
Okay, so you're kind of just pumping along. You're hitting it. So basically you're hitting it from the back, right? And you might be looking at your watch or drinking a cup of coffee, just doing your job, and then each of the slaps, you slap the booty cheek.
God.
That's one interpretation. Then the another one is you're going in for like a kiss on the first date. You're feeling love. Slapped in the face.
God.
Denied.
Denied.
And then one is just riding a horse.
Riding a horse. Slap that horse, but don't. I learned the hard lesson.
No, that's not cute.
None of those are cute. None of those are cute. But what is cute is this song, of course. It's just that, like this is like
that one. Yeah, like
it's
that
like
whistling going.
That's that sound that like kind of like when you're boiled down to it, that sound of the PS1, like that the PS1 just was able to do, because like it's that again, like that sequence music, and then like you could choose what sounds like how the SNES was. It's all sequence data, and then whatever samples you have set up to be assigned to it would play. It's like how the PS1 was, but even more so, and then had like the reverb to it. Mm-hmm. So like because the PS1's DSP had its own reverb effect in there. Okay. And just like I don't know, it's just a particular sound. And like when you gave me this subject and you sent me this stuff, like this is the one that my brain goes to when I think of like this sound.
Yeah.
Because it's like that.
And Klonoa was supposed to be PlayStation's like mascot at one point. And it's answered to Mario.
The Marios
Sonic.
and the Songics, as my nephew calls them. Yeah, no, I never got to play this one. I never got to play any of the Klonoa games.
I played a Japanese copy on a modded PlayStation.
Damn.
which was given to me.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I later sold to. Man, this guy ripped me off downtown here in Placerville. I saw that
Okay,
TurboGrafx
yeah.
16-bit. That's why, the
Jeez, yeah.
TurboGrafx and the modded PlayStation. But my half sister's dad, who's a good friend of mine. He's a daddy. He's a baby daddy.
He's a baby daddy.
He's not my baby daddy, but
No.
he was so into video games, and we would play all kinds of video games. He had a lot of he had a subscription to the PlayStation magazine where they used to send you demos, which I
Yeah.
thought was one of the coolest things ever. So you
fuck
could play
yeah,
like
I
Final
remember
Fantasy VII demo,
Yeah.
Bushido Blade. You play is Bushido Blade the fighting game?
It's the one, yeah, like it's the kind of like the one-hit kill one. Where, like,
Yes.
you're like kind of facing off and like, it's like, I kind of watched a video about it.
Minimalist.
I remember like either was somebody talking about it or I watched a video on it, and it's like a lot more in depth, like than it looks, because like it's like an open arena one, like you could like go.
Yeah.
Wherever, like like the
away.
environments are just
Hide.
all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like. I remember playing it once at like when I was being watched by some guy. I can't remember. It was like so long ago.
By some guy.
I remember like it was a friend of like at my time my foster mother's was like my foster mother's friend's son who like took me in. He had a PlayStation. I remember playing playing Bushido Blade, Masashi or Brave Fencer Musashi, and actually beat a part that he and his friend could not.
That's
beat.
always fun when
that was the bit like the first time playing it. I just got in the zone, and like it was like that tower where you had to twist all the valves and keep the steam from like over exploding and stuff. But yeah, I remember playing Bushido Blade and
those were the days where you play RPGs as a group.
Yeah, and I remember watching them playing Final Fantasy Tactics too.
Play an RPG these days.
Yeah, no, it's like those days are gone. But yeah, no, like Klonoa. Like,
Will you watch me?
Well, next time I'm down there.
It takes too long. No, I have Final Fantasy VII
Remake? Integrate?
Remake.
Ooh,
Integrate.
Ooh.
I haven't even started it.
Oh, damn.
We can play that.
I'll just like.
It would only take us like 8 years to beat it. You're coming over it once a month, once a year. No biggie.
No biggies, no biggies, no biggies, no whammies, and no
No whammies, no whammies, no
whammies, man. Reality Zek. But like I said, Klonoa. That's the thing.
What
I
kind
know.
of show are you running here?
I run an emporium of nonsense.
You run a loose ship.
Man, I'm gonna losership my viewership, but I don't care.
I'm gonna
because
tank
I'll
your
run.
whole
I'm
shit.
having a fun time with my friend, and if nobody likes that, then they can go take their business elsewhere, because my emporium is what I do with it.
Emporium more like emboring.
God damn, boy! I'll tell you what. My emporium's the best around. I got all the right shit everybody needs right now. Again.
Do you have that double dunker? But never mind. Continue, sorry.
But yeah, no. Okay, so what I was saying was Klonoa. Like, I've watched like things of it, checked it out. Like, and it was that aesthetic again. Like, the 2D sprites with the 3D environments.
World,
yeah, and like
but
it's just like that sound.
Scroller that
yeah, like that 2.5D style.
Rotated.
Yeah, and it's just that. So like that sound, that look, the thing that the PlayStation, like ultimately the PlayStation and like the Saturn to an extent, though that was mostly like a beast for like straight up 2D games and stuff.
Totally like Castlevania.
But like like
still beautiful.
All that stuff, like it's that aesthetic. Like when I hear it, when you talk about this sound or like the music from this stuff,
yeah,
that's what I imagine. It's just like that low poly background or
right.
low poly like characters even with like, or even just like that 2D sprite, like hand sprite animation stuff. So it's like
it's pretty. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just guessing, but it's kind of like that. The same with the graphics leap.
Yeah,
and it's kind of in the mix between the 2D and 3D. It's the same with the music limitation leap.
Yeah,
as I probably said earlier. So now that you can use almost any sound you want, but you kind of that's the part I don't really understand is why the synths sound like that and what. Because were they still using sound chips or there's
no? It was a
sample-based
so what it is.
Chip?
It's a sample-based sound chip, so it's like how the SNES is, but it's I think
can handle.
It handles
larger.
like way larger, a lot more channels going on, but
was
it's like
there
all the
other
sounds
types
are
of
like
synthesis, like wavetable or Grandia. I know that.
I don't know. I know the SNES was capable of like kind of like some synthesis stuff, not kind of wavetable-ish, a little bit of like FM through what is called an amplitude modulation. Like you take one sample and you modulate the other, and you get this really cool effects, like those really cool wind effects that are in Chrono Trigger.
Oh, okay.
That's how Yoshinori got that. But with the PS1, it's like it's sequence based. data like in the sounds like you could use like from like any instrument you're using.
Yeah.
Like you just sample that and put it in there, and then like for example, Saga Frontier 2, that was like the I think it's like Ryo Suzuki or something like that. Like he made all the sounds that are in that game, and those sound so good.
Yeah, they
like
do.
for PlayStation 1.
So he did all the strings.
He did, all the instruments, all the sounds that
So
Masashi
he sampled
Hamauzu uses.
strings and then
Everything, like that makes it sound so good. Like so, it's all sequenced, but it can sound like it's real instruments going
real
on.
orchestra,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like really. So that's
Symphony.
what. So yeah, like as depends on how good your sound engineer is. That's how good your like songs can sound.
Your
like
sound palette that
so
you
like
have to work
so the
with.
combination of like the composers like compositions and the
Yeah.
sound designers like instrument samples that they create is like what creates this magical sound that like a lot of the final Squaresoft games had, like like later ones like Legend of Mana, Saga Frontier 2, even like Final Fantasy 9, like all those ones. So like later PlayStation 1 games is again like that's when they're getting to like push those limits, like the push beyond that before PlayStation 2 came about, and like it was all just like straight up
whatever you want.
whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the language, folks, but it happens. And we're, still on topic, kind of off topic, on topic, but yeah, we're gonna get you the next track here. So what I got for you is Village of the Pupuru Tribe from Purumui Purumui by Masashi Kageyama. And that little cheesy little tune you heard was there, Village of the Puru Tribe from Purumuri Purumui by Masashi Kageyama. And you may recognize that name from a particular little game called Mr. Gimmick. Some putty prisoner from One Punch Man. The character is like putty prisoner.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
It's a good show though.
But no, this is like that sound again, just like PlayStation 1. That reverb is just on full effect on the percussion, on all the sounds, like the little mallets going on, and then like
random accordion comes in.
Random accordion, that bass, like that synth bass, that
Yeah.
I've had this song stuck in my head for a good few weeks after like I found it and I shared it with you.
You should do a Village episode.
Village. Oh yeah, Village themes, yeah. Now if this had been a shop theme, this would have been good.
Yep. This
For my
also
shop
sounds
themes.
shoppy.
Yeah. I know.
Called Elevator Shop Library Music.
Yes. Kind of that.
In the afterlife.
In the afterlife. Afterlife, Depachica, Konbini, what is that? Don Quixote. Book off, hard off,
They're all
music.
Be there.
Yeah, no, Don Quixote. It's an actual shop, big old store. It's like a variety store. It's like a they're like multi-floor, like just everything the hell you want stores. And their mascot is a penguin with a Santa hat.
That's so random.
Don Quixote. And yeah, it's just the weirdest stuff. USB lighters. I found this one like I think it was in I think it was like somewhere, I can't remember where in Tokyo it was, but there was this one ad I saw. It was like this little screen had a whole trailer for it. It was for this thing called G cigarette lighter, USB cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
You just put it in your USB, charges it, and it just lights up, and you can light your cigarette while you're using computer and stuff. A whole animated ad for this song and everything. It was ridiculous. It was like, I don't know, but if I could find it, it's like A B C D E F G. G G G.
Marketing
U and USB lighter G G G. I don't know. I have to find the video. I still have the video someplace. I gotta post that up. But yeah,
that is scandalous.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, no, this. But yeah, you know,
smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, no, it's so like it actually shows like this lighter guy getting dumped by a cigarette lady or a match lady, and then like and then G just comes in there with flowers like.
Oh, dumped. I think it's a dunk.
Dumped, and then he just like gibbers like at her like G. And it shows him after having sex, and he's like taking like this whole cigarette, and he's lighting it.
There's a whole
G super G super.
Can I just light my cigarette already?
Yeah, I know, it's so crazy. It's like a 3-minute ad for this USB lighter. I don't know, but we're getting off topic, but but maybe Masashi would be happy with this because he's a happy baby. Like Masashi Kageyama, Mr. Gimmick, Benkei Gaiden, this one Solitaire on the PS1. Like his music is all just like it's really awesome. Like kind of like a fusion jazz madness jingles, but the music on this game are all like kind of that certain PS1 aesthetic, just heavy reverb, weird little instruments and synth sounds and stuff all over the place.
I guess you could rename it to that.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it. That sound, that weight sound.
I wish.
Yeah, but yeah, no, we're getting. I think we're getting down.
We did them all?
I think we did them all. I think there's just...
Yeah. Oh,
there's just the one last one here.
I gotta go pee first.
Oh, boy. He gotta go, and then we got a real treat here for you. The last little kind of last-minute treat. I didn't know about this until yesterday. It's gonna be a fun time. So what he got for me here is Sky Chase Zone from Sonic 2 by Masato Nakamura and Izuho Takeuchi. And, yeah, what's the little... preface thing here you wanted a little boogie.
I love Sonic 2 from a young age, and even as I grew older I would just go to the sound options and play music. So one day when I was playing this track, this little ditty popped into my head, and now when I hear the song I can only hear these simple dumb lyrics that I came up with. Yeah, maybe I was in love at the time.
Who knows? Little man times, little boy man times, and somehow he roped me into doing this alongside him. So you got not just him singing a song, but I'm also singing a song. And yeah, here you go, Sky Chase Zone. But what's the name of the song?
Oh, Loving You. Parentheses, really.
Loving you, loving you, loving you. 'Cause I think that I love you. Yes, I really do. Yes, I really, really love you. Yes, it's true. Yes, I really, really do. Yes, it's really true. And I'm gonna give it all to you. Lady, you're up in my bed. I feel brand new.
God, I love you.
I love me too.
I really do.
Oh boy, howdy. Oh jeez, and that was Sky Chase, Loving You. Really? From Sonic 2 by Masato Nakamura, Izuho Takeuchi, and lyrics by Wade Burns.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing, but we had to do it.
It had to be done.
Yeah,
It's
in there. It's in my noggin for all time.
And he showed me the book, and I had to do it. We had to do it. And we did it. We recorded it separately, and then we just put it together, and it synced up perfectly. We didn't even try.
Perfectly,
ridiculously, ridiculously cheesy.
There's never been a more perfect track.
No, you ain't gonna find anything better than that. That track.
Sonic 2 especially is what got me on my whole journey of listening to video game music.
Yeah, well, that sound test definitely helps right there. Yeah. It's like,
cool that they included that.
Yeah, listening to the music in the game, you're like, well, this is some cool music, and then you go to the option and you see you can listen to the music there.
Hell yeah, I can clean my room. Yeah, because I was always cleaning my room.
Yeah.
I can brush my teeth, I can break dance to this.
And then what was really cool is that they actually included some of the unused music too. Like the one track that...
Oh, yeah.
Because they repurposed all like the unused stage music for like the racing versions of the stages. Yeah. But the only one they didn't use was that Hidden Palace Zone track. Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, it is a really weird one. But it was really cool because, like, I never heard it anywhere in the game, and like it was just a little mystery thing, and it's just cool to find out, like, oh, there was more to this game. Somebody actually made a ROM hack, like taking all the leftover data from these stages and put them in there, even though they're broken as hell.
Oh, interesting. So they still burned it onto the
it was still on the cart,
just tagged at the end and not able to access unless you had some test mode.
Yeah, and then somebody actually created like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 full version where like it had like they reconstructed the stages as best they could with the assets that were left, and then put the music to them, and I tried it once, and like I said, the stages were broken, really, really broken, just like someone just can't get through.
You get the aesthetic.
Yeah, you get the idea. But yeah, there we are. We the fools. That's my buddy Way. We fools.
It's a pleasure being here. For anybody listening, thanks. I wouldn't want to listen to my own voice. I'm probably not going to listen to this.
I don't know about this. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I'll probably listen to it again. Just that little bit there. I don't know if I could ever. I don't know. When it comes to doodling songs together, like we got that down pat. But like as far as that was a little rough.
You hated it. Oh no.
No, I didn't hate. No, it's just I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
Oh, you don't like it, huh?
I liked it. So yeah, thank you for coming into VG Emporium, my buddy. Thank you for coming and volunteering in your time and helping me out here in the shop.
Great to be here.
Yeah. And
in the hometown.
The
hometown homeboys.
Hometown. But not the hang.
Not the other thing.
Not the other thing.
The Bangtown
homeboys. No. I don't know what that is. I don't know what we is. Yeah, we ate all the pita chips. I'm sorry. There's no more. Yeah, sorry. No matter how much you bounce your bowl around like a hungry attitude cat, you're not gonna get no more. More. But yeah, thank you all for joining in and listening to us just blather on about whatever the hell just came to our minds, and listening to just these delightful little cutesy tunes that, it's just like I said, they're inexplicable. It's kind of a, I don't know.
If you're out there, put one up in the air and I'll feel it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
And farewell to you, my friend, until next time we get together. I hope you all enjoyed this ridiculous romp and to just, I don't know, whatever the hell just happened, but he'll definitely be making his way back onto this show eventually. Most likely as recording from his apartment in downtown Oakland, where he says he wants to take me to MADE in their newly reopened new location. And if you don't know what MADE is, it's the Museum of Art and Digital Entertainment. just give it a look. There's a podcast out there that they do as well. But yeah, they just have all these old consoles ranging back from the very first ones all the way up to now, and just all this different accoutrement that is related to video games mostly. But enough of my jibber jabber. It's time for me too. Thank you for coming into VG Emporium. You can find it on all your favorite podcatchers such as Spotify, Google, Apple, Stitcher, I think, Audible. You can even find it on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. And you can find myself, your host, Rage Cage, on Twitter, Instagram, as well as SoundCloud from all my original music. And then my buddy Wade, you won't find him anywhere because he has even less of an online presence than I do, which is just a crazy thing to fathom. And here's another thing to try to fathom is that I'm going to try to start bringing on more guests, mostly in person. And then hopefully I'll be working my way into reaching out to all you folks online. Those, you know who you are, but there are those who do not know, but will know in time. So next week, I'm going to be covering a subject that I haven't done in 40 episodes, not since episode 2, and that's going to be shop themes once more. I found a few more that kind of fit that Depa Chica Combini aesthetic I was looking for, so hey, look forward to that.
Whenever I want to talk, I could talk like this. Oh, you can see how loud it is already.